Hey guys, we just watched episode 5, The Bells, and
It's called The Bells?
it's called The Bells. It's called The Bells, and I don't know, it's weird for us right
It's
now.
controversial.
Okay, so let's start. What did you think about the episode?
I've seen the episode twice. I'm very mixed on it. There's a lot about it that I like. I mainly broke it down to like the four main, I think, topics of interest that people are going to want to talk about in this episode. Like four main things or four main things that happened. To me, the biggest drawback to this episode and what kept me at sort of arm's length from fully enjoying this was how quickly Daenerys turned from a character that we like, who we could potentially buy as like maybe a villain, but she turned so evil so fast. Like in this one episode, she has murdered more people than Cersei has murdered in 7 seasons. And the Night King. Like Daenerys has caused more damage in this one battle than the two main villains of the show has caused over 7 seasons.
Joffrey, Ramsay Bolton.
Everything.
Yeah.
So Daenerys right now is...
It's worse than the Red Wedding.
If you can buy that transformation, I think your enjoyment of this episode is going to be much greater. If you have a hard time buying her transformation into the villain that she's turned into, which I'm struggling with, then I think this episode is pretty mixed and like disappointing, and it reminds me how disappointing the season has been as a whole. It pinpoints what the problems have been. There's a lot I like. I wish I could say I love this because none of us here are happy to say that we're disappointed. This is a show that we all absolutely love, and they're fucking it up.
Dany?
My biggest issue, I don't see this as an episode. To me, like, did you like this episode? It's not, to me, it's a story. It's a story that I'm following for 8 years, that I want to see it tied up properly. And I'm very disappointed at a lot of story ends. Not only Daenerys, you highlighted Daenerys, I don't want to add to that, I agree. The switch was too far. I always enjoyed Game of Thrones because it had shades of gray. We went full white and black. We went from like, I wish there was that, villain, but she has a purpose. She needed to do. It was so just unwarranted, weird. Like it was like, come on. It was everybody kind of yelled out like, come on, you don't need to kill that many people. You could have killed like 100 people. It would have still been fucked up. Like you killed innocent people, but you're teaching them a lesson. It was just mowing.
Yeah.
Back and it got comedic at some point. And that's not my biggest issue. I mean, it is my biggest issue with the whole story progression and how fast it became. I just hate that I still have 1 episodes and my favorite characters have been treated like dog shit in favor of Arya having a slow motion moment with a horse. What did Tyrion do? What is Tyrion doing?
Still walking.
Tyrion has been comedically wasted over the past few seasons, and we talked about it last time. And there was a scene here where you hear him talking to Daenerys like, you can't kill all of them. A lot of them are innocent. It just sounds like a cartoon at this point.
And he told on Varys in like a second. It wasn't like, I know they don't have a lot of time, so they had to run through that. Tyrion, I don't know what he's doing. He has 1 more episode. He's gonna.
And why did he tell on Varys? Like, if you stop and think about it,
because he wants to be like loyal. Okay, Tyrion. Varys is gone. That made me sadder than any other character death in a long time. Jon Snow. Why isn't Jon the one going out of the city and witnessing his decision to not be king, what it led? Why is it Arya? Why is Arya in this? And Arya, I'm sorry, Arya's arc. I am Arya Stark. I am no one. I am Arya Stark. I am no one. I am Arya. Khalas, decide. Are you no one? Are you like, she's going to kill the Cersei? No, don't do this. Or you become Rhaenys. Thank you. I'm going back out here, right? I'm not a ninja anymore who killed the demon of the evil. So to me, like, and Cersei, were you happy how Cersei went out?
No.
I was, and I'll tell you guys why.
Besides, I like how Jaime. No, this is how her and Jaime. Oh, you're on. That's something else. But Cersei, this is Darth Vader. This is like the queen, bitch. It just. Before the romance, before the we die in each other's arms, give me something. Nothing. It's just
Fine. Let's.
What did you think of the episode? Then I'll tell you what I think about the Cersei thing.
Okay, I didn't hate the episode. I hated a couple of details, like this, the Daenerys thing. It was too fast. Like, you don't just go evil. The last scene with Arya was comedic. I think what I hated most is that I couldn't get into the episode. I don't know if it was because we were joking so much, or I just didn't. I felt really outside the episode, so I couldn't invest a lot of emotions in it. Varys was, but there were a lot of positive.
Yeah, I mean,
we
leaving
can't
the
say.
positives,
It wasn't all bad, but there were a lot of major shit, guys.
Yeah.
So.
From the Cersei thing for me, I'll tell you why it worked. Daenerys was so evil in this episode that you felt bad at a couple of points for Cersei and Qyburn. Like, she's crying. Qyburn is like
but that's
consoling her. It's
unwarranted. I don't want to feel bad about Cersei.
No, but
it's like Ramsay Bolton, like Jon
it's
Snow going
unwarranted.
crazy, and then I'm worried about Ramsay.
The reason
Bolton.
why it's unwarranted is because Daenerys' switch was so fast. If we had more time to sort of get acclimated with Daenerys' switch, I think it wouldn't have been that bad. And the fact that, honestly, she was begging for her life before she died, which a lot of people are not going to notice, and they're going to be like, she died too easily, she was smashed by a bunch of rocks. No. And people are already very mad at it online. The last thing she said before dying was, please don't let me die, please don't let me die, I don't want my baby to die, please don't let me die. She was so horrified and terrified before her death that she got what was coming to her. Maybe we wanted it to be more violent, people wanted like Jaime to stab her or something. Yeah. I think this was way more poignant, and I don't mind that like they went back. Everyone's complaining also online that like you've developed Jaime and like you're undoing all of his development. I think it's okay. It's okay for him to go back to Cersei.
How is it okay?
Oh, yeah,
I didn't mind that. I
disagree with that point. Like,
how is
can we go
warranted?
point by point just to... Let's finish off this thing.
I buy the fact that he was never able to fully like move on from Cersei.
That's not what the show was saying,
No.
Anthony. That's not what the show was saying.
Exactly.
They were showing you him trying to move on, but he never fully said fuck Cersei. At no point did he say, I'm completely given up on Cersei.
Do you remember the scene? He hears that Cersei killed the dragon. He wakes up in bed. He's putting on the horse. It's done. We all thought he was going to kill her.
No, I honestly no, because
where did it show that when this person who said fuck this?
When Sansa said we're going to kill your sister and you're not going to be there to see. I wish I was there to see it. That clicked something in him. And when he was saying goodbye to a lot of people misunderstood it. And at first I wasn't sure what they meant, but. Yeah. He basically did tell her, like, I'm not right for you. I've always been the shitty person. No matter how hard I try to be a better person, I'm always going to be that shitty person who slept with his sister and who's okay with it being evil.
But he said it in a way like, she taught me to hate, and I hate her, and I'm going to get my revenge on her.
Yeah,
it's not how...
That's what...
A lot of people took it that way, and I don't blame anyone for it, because that's the logical... story point for that?
There's something called beats that end up with a conclusion. The beats were saying redemption. It wasn't beats that this is a person who might swing back. It was redemption. But I feel like everything else in the season, they need to wrap up.
Yeah.
But they could have wrapped it up I wish he killed her.
Dude, I'm sorry, Cersei doesn't deserve to beg for her death. That's bullshit. Yeah, but she was literally, Allah Tyrion, think about your baby. She looked at him in the eye, smiled. She deserved a violent death.
The fact that she was so afraid of death, and she, like, to me, it wasn't an easy death. She was fucking terrified, and she died.
If Ramsay Bolton was afraid of death, would you? Hayat Ramsay, he was afraid of beginning.
Well, no, but also, it warmed my heart, honestly, when she saw Jaime. And the way she started to tear up. Honestly, their love story is the only true love story in this whole show. As fucked as it is, this brother and sister have the most true love story in this whole show. I felt it heartwarming, weirdly enough.
But it's not a good thing. And no, we were caring about Jaime. Do you care about Jon and Dany? The love lost?
No. But I'm happy.
But that's the show, Anthony. Like, Jon is not going to have to do a rough decision to kill Dany now. And why does he give a fuck about Dany?
All I'm saying is the moment between those two didn't really bother me. I get why it's bothering a lot of people. Anna, to me, I totally got it. Because also, they're the only real couple in this whole show. And they died together, as fucked as it is.
I mind that Cersei had nothing to do.
The setting.
But what was she gonna? But like I like the fact, like Nana, we were complaining, like they took out the Night King so easily. How is Cersei gonna put up a fight? I love the fact that she didn't. They were so easy to take out. So at least there's some consistency with our complaints about the Night King episode. Okay. Like they beat him so easily, and we were like, how the fuck is Cersei gonna be a bigger threat? She wasn't.
I don't want to be a stickler.
And it was so easy, and I like the fact that it was a massacre.
I really don't want to be that fan, but the Golden Company is the strongest sellsword in the world. What happened to that?
I like that they just got massacred. Why? I don't mind that.
Why? You turn off plot points whenever you want.
No, it's
the plot point was they're at equal odds.
Yeah.
The Iron
But
Fleet
wouldn't
was
it have,
massacred.
it would have been very weird, and we would have been complaining if
There was
Cersei's army
another
put up a
battle?
huge fight,
No, sure, I agree.
and we're
with
like,
that.
the Night King could barely
she
do
won,
anything.
But she also won them for once by strategy. She didn't go like in front of them. She went behind them.
And when
burnt
can
everything
the
and-
dragon dodge and when can't he?
When
That's plot armor this season and season 7, but this season in particular has been notoriously bad with like when it's convenient, characters are not going to die, and when it is convenient, they'll kill them.
Okay.
There's been no consistency there.
Yeah, and again, like this dumb shit. Missandei being conveniently caught when she was in a ship that's like, why is Missandei caught? But then the dragon weaves and bobs. Anyway.
Clegane Bowl.
Wow, that was
That
superb.
was cool.
Clegane Bowl was probably the only moment in this entire series that has been set up from like season 1 with a proper, satisfying payoff
ending.
at
Yeah.
the end. And there was one shot where they're both standing on the staircase and you
and
see
the
a dragon in
dragon.
the back. I was like,
Yeah, the
frame
set-
this. This
yeah.
is that was a beautiful
That's
shot.
poster worthy.
Qyburn's death was awesome.
Also,
And I liked Qyburn when he held Cersei's hand. It was so weird, man. Like Daenerys was so evil that you liked Qyburn and Cersei. That was fun. I find that insane.
I love the setting of the mountain versus the hound. It's like in the Red Keep.
That was badass.
Open air, and then in the end, he just jumps into the fire. There was no other way to
The
kill
monster
him.
thing, like you've always been that monster.
Yeah.
It was great.
And like this, if we've been complaining about like story arcs not being consistent, that's what we're talking about. Like Clegane, it made sense for him to die by fire, and that's what happened. A lot of the things like Jaime needing to kill his sister, that didn't happen. Jon needing to kill the Night King, that didn't happen.
Jaime dying by Euron.
At least he didn't. At least thankfully he didn't.
Yeah.
He would have, but like
Yeah. I didn't mind that much Jaime versus Euron. I don't know why you hated it so
because
much.
he doesn't earn it. He doesn't earn a duel with Jaime. Jaime
He kind
killed
of-
Ned Stark. Euron is a guy who was parachuted because he has boats, acted like a Disney villain, fucked Cersei once, shot a dragon, and I guess
No, but Euron killed Greyjoy, the dad.
He
Don't
was
forget.
old. He dropped him off a bridge.
Still, and maybe it's because I still have Euron from the books.
Euron from the books is
Is
a
a bat.
Cthulhu wielding like
He's super
god like no, but
Yeah.
Euron here like
It's just
that.
like
That's
a-
when it was so comedic, it was so convenient, and like Euron is the only guy who washed up. Game of Thrones was not that show. Game of Thrones was not the show where it was like I'm here to fight you. Like everybody who died on those boats, Euron washed up, ready to battle. Euron, if he's a Greyjoy, he would have gotten the fuck out of there. Greyjoys don't care. No, they're not loyal.
They don't.
He went. He's gonna.
Like never did the show establish that Euron had it in for Jaime that badly there, where he wants to kill him.
You know what Euron
It's like,
does
okay.
in the books? This is a quick one. Euron in the books, he's like, I'm just gonna marry who wins, and he leaves to go and try to marry Daenerys. Like he's the same kind of like, I just want to get the winner, and he's going to marry Daenerys. Like at least he's conniving. He's like, I don't give a fuck them both. I just want to pick the winning side. Honey. Like we clearly see Cersei losing. He knows Cersei is losing, and he's whipping a dagger. I'm gonna give her your head, dude.
We don't care.
Like,
no, you're right about
he's
that.
a Disney villain.
But I don't mind that they fought because, like, they both think Cersei is theirs. They're fighting
Sure,
for
yeah.
Cersei. That's the thing.
Who was he gonna fight?
But that's the thing, amidst war and dragons and fire, you still have two guys fighting over a girl. Over a love, blah, blah. Over a
please,
pussy.
Jet, you're a person I really respect there. Please tell me, you did not like I Am the Man Who Killed Jamie Lannister.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That was a bad
insane.
line. That was very...
I am the man who killed Jamie Lannister!
And I get that he's so, like, basic. All he cares about is titles and shit,
chaos
but
and,
really, you're dying.
And he's still shit talking. Like,
Yeah.
you killed another king! Like, khalas!
Maybe he was drunk.
Jack Sparrow, stop!
Maybe he was drunk. The way Varys was executed, I like that.
I love that they gave us a good Varys moment.
I like how
With
Sapochnik shows Drogon. Like other David Nutter shows the dragons as something so beautiful and magical. Sapochnik, they're scary as fuck.
That was the whole theme.
Yeah.
Dragons being super scary.
I loved just the last before Varys dies, like how Tyrion just like he feels guilty. He
Yeah,
should
he's
never
like,
have ratted him in, but like, he puts
Jaime
his
and
hand
Tyrion.
on it for a little
Jaime and
second.
His tiny.
Tiny little hand. That was a very nice moment.
Was a very nice moment.
That was the official one of you two is dying. Obviously, they're hugging, they're crying. They're like, I'm gonna love your brother. All right, one of you two is dying.
I'm not happy with one thing. Again, to go back to this isn't Game of Thrones. Everybody got a goodbye. Like, what was cool about Game of Thrones?
Is that sometimes
Arya didn't even get to see Robb Stark. Like, she barely got there. He was already decapitated. She could never, like, they always missed each other.
Yeah.
Here, everybody's getting like, I love you, you're awesome.
Sandor.
See you later.
They're on first name basis now, like Sandor.
Actually,
Habibi.
I loved when Arya and the Hound had their final moment. I think this is the first time she ever calls him Sandor.
Yeah, that's the first time in all the series anyone calls him
and that's
Sandor
amazing.
before.
Like the final, because he's been called the Hound his whole life.
But
Like
also,
She gave him his humanity back
also-
right before he died, and I think that was a very nice moment.
That's super
also
cool.
very nice moment, unearned. That's my whole thing.
Arya calling
No,
him.
like
And her changing her mind that quickly and turning back. That
Yeah.
is not Arya that we saw.
yeah.
It's not, but like,
What
I
scared
know,
her?
but-
She's fearless.
but
she got scared because
I know.
the castle's creaking.
No, but her relationship with the Hound, she trusts him. He's like, yo, get out of here. Look in my face. You want to be like me? He was real with her. Real talk.
Yeah, he was like, do you
Like,
wanna
I don't
be
mind it. Like, that was a
spiteful?
really nice moment. Like, I want to be careful on what I nitpick on because, like, I thought that was a really cool scene. But I thought that was very earned. And, like, if she's going to listen to anyone, she's going to listen to him because they've spent so much time together.
Dude, I find it contrived that she's there at the first place. I find it very contrived that Arya قررت مشوار at King's Landing with all this bullshit. Like, I'm gonna kill Cersei.
I'm down for...
She changes her mind the minute she sees the castle creaking. Then we see this whole hero's
No,
journey out
she
of
changes
King's
her mind
Landing.
when Sandor tells her, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
She would have walked it. And I'm glad they made it because we got that badass scene of her and the Hound walking through King's
King's
Landing
Landing.
with, like, their hoods on. Everyone's running away. They're walking towards the danger. That was a cool shot.
It's
Like, I'm trying to find something that I enjoy, man. This season has not been great.
yeah.
I want to give him credit because change, I think if they just fixed some story points, this episode, the same one could have been great. Just decrease Daenerys killing people. The gray area thing, the gray thing. We talked about it last time, and Joe, I want some Hector versus Achilles footage in this part of the review. I wanted Hector versus Achilles. I wanted a fight where I was torn between the two people fighting.
Yeah.
Now they have turned
Who
Daenerys
gives
into...
a fuck about Daenerys?
She's a villain.
we talk
She
a
is
bit about Daenerys?
She's a villain, pure and simple. At this point, you'd be an idiot to support her. Like, she just murdered 2,000 little
You know what?
babies.
Tens of thousands. So the first shot of Daenerys without her makeup and braids
She
because
looked
Missandei
like a
isn't there
witch
to pump her up.
from Hanjad. They used to be Lebanon. They do these like kids plays.
Yeah.
And the witch is like what? Okay, we got it. She's the Mad Queen. Did she really need to look so unkept and like, you know what's gonna happen, Tyrion? He betrayed me.
Yeah.
And this whole I told you and
Yeah,
she
so-
told you, like that's John's betrayal.
Yeah. How much more time... How many more episodes do you think you would have liked to see to buy that transition?
That shit should have been sold in season 7.
Season
Since
7.
season
I
7.
agree. Or extend the season or start the transformation earlier on. Because
Yeah,
like,
make her do like random shit in season 7. Like, okay, she was super nice, but she would.
But
Like,
she
I
killed the
execute-
Tarleys. She killed the Tarleys. That's not enough. That wasn't enough.
Because the way she killed them, it wasn't an evil way. You're like, yeah, they deserved to die. She
was
asked them either bend the knee or die. And
It
they
was
didn't
evil
bend
when
the
she
knee.
killed the son as well. Like killing the dad out of
Dog, yeah.
As soon as you're like, okay, that's kind of fucked up, but like
But
still
you-
not
But
10,000
you didn't
people.
think about it until Samuel cried, and you're like, oh yeah.
No, I knew it was fucked up in season 7.
You
Yeah,
know,
I
you
didn't
know what
mind
I
it that
hate?
much.
You know what I hate? Oh, talking about the interviews to Benioff and Weiss, they go back to a scene in season 1 where
Watching Cal-
she's watching Viserys like burn, and
She
she
didn't
doesn't
like
care.
Viserys.
You didn't think about that back then. Like
No.
Hindi, they
No,
never
no.
thought
No.
that's how Daenerys is gonna end.
No. When she said, I did think that she's like that girl's weird.
But that girl was being, I'm sorry, raped.
Yeah,
and
and
like
then-
so she needed to be powerful in that scene. That
Yeah.
was not a scene of saying, "Ooh, that's a crazy bitch."
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna go.
Saw the whole blue eye, green eyes.
Oh,
drama.
and the green eye, amazing.
Yeah, I didn't like the way they switched her from the most beautiful and smart and kind queen to bitch without concealer. No, why?
She
Right
changed her
away.
makeup. Yeah.
Why?
The hair was
Yeah,
like somebody can
Miss
like
Sunday can't braid her hair. She
Yeah.
just like my hair.
the Sunday. Yeah, I didn't buy that. It was me.
The only person that had enough like unlogical wrath and anger was Grey Worm. Like I understand why Grey Worm would want to like burn the city and kill everyone.
But now
he's the only one justified.
Now the Dothraki and the Unsullied are just assholes.
Yeah,
working for the villain.
There's villains. Now that's her army. And
that's what they say in the interview. They're like, John is a soldier, and now he gets caught, and his soldiers doing
what's the
immorals.
last episode? Like, is it a usurping the Mad Queen?
Probably.
Or Arya Ninja.
Arya's gonna. I say, I'm gonna put a bet who Arya's gonna kill.
Daenerys.
The dragon. Arya's gonna kill
Dragon
Drogon.
Slayer.
That'd be pretty cool.
They're gonna give her all the
I
titles.
heard someone wrote a theory. I don't think it's like a prophecy or anything, but it sounds. Oh, we'll talk about it in the next one.
Theories have been fucking up.
Yeah, and
Theories
again,
have been cooler than the series.
Exactly.
I would advise Benioff and Weiss to actually read what the fans write.
Didn't I called the Mad Queen on the first episode?
You did call it.
Because it was very clear. I'm not like.
But it's not a good transition.
and I wanted the Mad Queen, but I didn't want her to like actually
burn the
become
whole
a villain
thing.
because now it's not interesting. Now it's not interesting anymore. Like she's the Mad Queen. She's just evil. Okay, so
she's worse. She's worse than her dad. Her dad went crazy at the end, and his city was under siege, and he wanted to burn the city.
The scene with the bells, it's like the bells were the tricky. She's like, bells, I remember, I should be mad. Okay, let's burn everything
and
up.
You know what's insane? Like, they say that she saw the Red Keep, and it reminded her of a symbol. Why didn't she go and burn the Red Keep?
Exactly, just the Red Keep.
Don't kill,
thousands of people.
The kingdom. There's no people to reign.
Exactly.
She's only reigning over the northerners.
And the Dothraki.
You were talking about how you were kind of annoyed by all the scenes of Arya running around and seeing the destruction, and I
didn't mind those.
I didn't mind it because it's sort of like the viewer's POV. They're putting the viewer.
I minded that it was Arya,
and not
that
Jon.
The scenes happen.
But the one scene with Jon that I did love was when he sees the Unsullied fighting the people that are unarmed, and he's for like a couple seconds he's like, "Fuck that! I ain't about this." And that's it reminds you of the Stark's honor, and it basically lays out what the next episode is going to be.
Yeah, but they should have gave me more of that. All they gave me was him protecting a woman from being raped.
It wasn't enough.
But then it was diluted by Arya saving. Imagine they mixed those two stories.
Yeah,
it was him trying to save people, getting stuck. She almost killed Jon in that fire. Not Arya finding a horse and slow motion. Why did the episode end there?
Okay, I didn't mind. Okay, I would have rather seen Jon because, like you said, it would have been cooler seeing Dany almost killing Jon. But I really loved how Arya looked at the scenes.
The scene was great. Arya
She
looked
looked
great. The
so
horse
cool.
looked amazing. The scene, the cinematography,
the makeup.
We gotta stop looking at scenes in a vacuum.
Yeah, and put them in
to play
context.
devil's advocate. Maybe they didn't focus much on Jon. Maybe how Infinity War didn't give us a lot of Cap, but Endgame gave us a lot of Cap. Maybe that's what they're doing. Light on Jon in episode 5. Episode 6 is going to be very Jon Snow heavy.
No, it's going to be Arya heavy. Arya staying in King. You can see in the trailer.
Yeah, she's kind of mad.
But she's also important. But her being there is important because she's there to support Jon. Now she's like, yo, I saw her do some fucked up shit.
You know what I hate what they did? Arya had one storyline, which is vengeance, right? And that storyline ended with, you do not become vengeance. Be better than me. You're right. Thank you, Sandor. I'm walking out, boom, boom. Arya gains another storyline. Arya doesn't need, she hates Daenerys now. Now she wants to kill Daenerys. She didn't need that storyline. Jon needs it. Jon is in love with Daenerys. He said no to being king, and it is his fault that all of this is happening.
Exactly.
Why is it Arya that has to, let her support him. Let her be in the, be in the shadows, then come up and say, brother, I support you. She's walking out and she's seeing it firsthand, the destruction, and Jon fucked off an hour ago. He's in camp.
But because it's you also need to see where they were. Arya was in the Red Keep and she's marching
that's where Davos was there.
I think they're giving...
Davos wasn't in the Red Keep. He was in at the walls.
Why wasn't Davos there? What? Anna, to me, we need to see all the good guys.
Oh, by the way, where's Bronn?
Bronn Khalas.
See, that's episode 6. Okay. Either he's going to kill Tyrion or he's going to be at
he's not going to kill
Tyrion.
Okay, he's not going to kill Tyrion. He needs to get paid. Anyway,
if he kills Tyrion, there's nothing.
Yeah, Highgarden.
He's just going to joke at the end. It's he can't.
Comic relief.
I know, to me, like, all this, like, I wish I saw Braun, like, you know, because we see Braun, how much he loves, not Braun, sorry, Davos, like, he loves kids, he's a man of the people, he was raised in King's Landing. I wish I had one POV shot of him, like, fuck, what did we do? Like, all of them. John saying, what did we do? We had
John and Davos look at each other like, what is
and there are a couple of scenes where John is like, fall back, and then he has to...
but again, Davos had no scene like that.
Tyrion
was only outside and he saw the soldiers dead and he was shocked.
Can we talk about how they killed Tyrion? Tyrion was my favorite character.
He didn't kill Tyrion.
No, I meant as a character.
Like,
he was my favorite character, and then season 8, he's just like,
honestly, it's been 3 seasons where he's been an idiot. All he does is apologize. I'm surprised Daenerys hasn't killed him 2 seasons ago because of all the dumbass decisions. Like, again, it's the writers not knowing what to do with these characters at this point. It seems when you watch these interviews afterwards, they just seem fucking bored and like they can't wait to be done with the show.
Who rang the bell? Like, they didn't even tell us. Was it Jaime?
No,
I think the town's like someone just rang.
What's the point of that whole thing? What's the point of like him go ring the bell or find the boat and like?
And it's making you think it's gonna be over, and then as an audience, you're like,
but
oh,
they
finally
still rang
it's
the
over.
Bell. Like it wasn't Jaime. Like I wish they.
But it wasn't Jaime that was gonna ring the bell. Like
it was his job.
Oh no! I thought
Tyrion sold
I
him.
thought his job was to smuggle Cersei, and someone else would ring.
He told
the
him
bell.
go, open the door, and ring the bell.
Okay, and then run to Cersei. Okay.
And then we don't even see who rang the bell.
He didn't ring the bell. He didn't get it.
Goes, and they ring the bell anyway. That's not. Like,
no, they were gonna. No, أكيد مش Jaime بس to ring the bell.
I know, but they set it up.
But he didn't even make it into it.
Given where we are in the show, I could have enjoyed this episode with one of 2 scenarios. One, either build up Daenerys as a villain earlier on. That way, if she starts murdering thousands of people, I can go, okay, they've been setting it up. Or make her turn almost fully evil, but let her do some fucked up shit without her murdering thousands of kids so that at least, once I'm watching episode 6, I'm kind of torn.
She didn't make sense anymore.
At this point, it doesn't make sense.
I wouldn't. I mean...
No, what would you change in this episode to make it
I don't want to be in their shoes. To be in a devil's advocate, I don't want to be in their shoes to say that I'm going to do a better job, or anybody is. I know this is impossible. They're writing a huge show. But I think that the trap they fell in, for good or for bad, that they couldn't do it. They couldn't logically make Daenerys the character they wanted her to be. The shit she says in the last episode is so dumb. Like, I'm going to be merciful to the generations that come. If you genocide the whole people, there's no generation.
But they say that it was the last minute decision. She didn't think about it.
But you can't believe anything they say. You can't believe.
The beginning of the episode, she looked like she's going to kill everybody. It wasn't like this. I wish it was a last minute decision.
And how did she go from depressive to... Okay, let's kill Varys.
And Missandei was the
trigger. In the books, they're really friends, but in the series, like
she braids her hair.
Like in the series, 3 seasons ago, I would have been like, yeah, Missandei's her friend. Like she's done nothing in the last 2 seasons. So like, unless I recently, one of my biggest problems with this whole fucking show is that now rewatching it is practically impossible. Because half of it is setting up the Night King, which is a piece of shit, and half of it is setting up Daenerys as the savior who's learning to rule. That goes away. When you snap your fingers, Cersei got what was coming to her. She cried at the end, like to me, whatever. But like the main plot is like Dany's the savior and the Night King is this great evil. They're undone in 5 seconds.
Let me give you a little little rewrite.
I would never watch the show again.
How cool would it have been that she's facing down Cersei? She's about to kill her, and Cersei tells her, "You're gonna kill me, but you became like you look what you
There
lost."
should have been a face-off with Cersei and Daenerys.
Cersei would have gone out, but at least she would have had the last word. Something like Cersei's like, "Oh yeah," and she just like.
But honestly, whatever they do, if they had done that, you'd have people like, but Jaime should have killed her. Whatever they do, they're kind of in a lose-lose situation.
I know, but at least have a face-off.
People would have been like, I can see the tweets right now. Like
the thing is, I don't think so. This isn't like a Star Wars situation where people are just.
People made how Jaime didn't kill her because it's not like the prophecy. That's what most people are mad about.
Okay, the people that are mad about that are not watching the show because they're not because the prophecy is not in the show.
Yeah, but a lot of people are just mad about that.
But they're misinformed.
And they shouldn't.
They're misinformed. The prophecy is exclusively not in the show. It's only in the books. They do not mention it in the show. There's a lot of prophecies that aren't there. Azor Ahai isn't there. It's just the prince that was promised. Anyway, let's wrap it up.
Just one thing. If I could rewrite this episode, I would have I would have made Dany face Cersei
At least
that. And then after facing Cersei, she can go as bad as she wants. But it was so stupid getting her mad at the wall. Like, okay, she got the city, the bells rang, and she was like, oh, let's kill them all. It's so stupid. Anyway.
Why did she? There's no... Like, I would understand if she killed the soldiers that surrendered. Like, they surrendered.
That would have been cool.
Fucked up, yet... But her, like, genociding the whole of King's
she's irredeemable. Like, you can't... That's why I'm literally going to watch... It's good guy versus bad guy in the finale. Where's the nuance? Where's the subtlety?
Like, I'm going to...
None of it.
Imagine she threw a speech saying, like, like, I saved you, but because, you were, half... I'm going to kill half of you. Like, something like, I'm going to, like, torture...
Thanos that shit up.
No, she just...
Predictions.
I think there's only one thing that can happen. Either they're gonna like one of two ways, and is one, they cut out Dany, Jon sacrifices himself for some dumb shit, and you have a fair ruler, but it's bittersweet. Or maybe end it with they're not gonna end it with Dany on the throne with another mad reign.
I don't think so.
I know that Jon is gonna die.
Okay, Jon and Grey Worm are gonna fight.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Jon versus
They're looking
Grey
at
Worm.
each other.
Yeah. We're gonna get that. Tyrion, if there's any justice in the world, Tyrion and Sansa rule. Although that's stupid.
That's far-fetched. But we know that
Dany's going down.
Dany's going down. Jon, if he says he doesn't want the throne, he's not getting it.
He's going back to the north. I think Jon is going to go to the wall.
He's going to send Sansa to King's Landing.
Sansa's coming with the...
Knights of the Vale.
What's his name? Varys sent a couple of...
he did. He sent a bunch of those letters.
So I think we're going to have, like, Sansa rallied up the Martells or something, and she's going to come back, Deus Ex Sansa, as the Deus Ex Arya, Deus Ex Sansa.
And yet another war where Jon did nothing at all. He was useless in this battle. He killed, like, 3...
This either ends with Jon on the throne or Sansa on the throne. Daenerys is going to die, in my opinion. Or she could end up...
I don't think Jon would be on the throne.
No,
Most likely Sansa, but if it's not, if they want to try to give it a shot, I think Jon could end up on the throne. Most likely he wins the throne, he gives it to Sansa, she might choose to go with Tyrion. They keep saying
it's a bittersweet ending, so I think the bittersweet ending is Jon ending up sulking alone on beyond the wall. And kind of like, no, not on the
wall. I expect a shot of him sort of killing Dany and like holding her as she's like dying in his arms or something.
Is he gonna kill Dany?
Yeah. I think
or is
it
Arya the Night King?
No. Arya should, if she wants to kill anyone, maybe kill the dragon. Leave
She's
Daenerys.
So tiny
Jon needs something. Like Jon has had no.
Arya killed
everyone.
Now
season. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Jon needs to finish something. He needs to be the one to kill her.
If Jon doesn't kill Dany, he
has no
is
point.
Useless.
I'm still though very upset. Like I wanted the Cap versus Tony fight from Civil War. I wanted the Achilles versus Hector fight, and we're gonna get Vader versus Luke. We're gonna get like a villain versus a good guy, and that's not interesting to me. I think Game of Thrones was better than that. It was more subtle. It was more nuanced. Now it's just black and white.
And it's not
good
nice
guy
anymore.
versus bad guy.
I wish you didn't. We had like 7 perfect seasons, and they started to fuck up with season 8. And
according to a lot of people, it started to falter at season 5, and I forgave a lot of the show, especially season 7, because I was like, season 8 is where it's going to pay off.
Yes.
It didn't.
I think season 5, they just had some storylines were faltering, the others were great. And one of my favorite storylines was Jon's. Like his whole, him being like fighting for the wildlings, all that shit was awesome. And for it to just
go away.
It's disappointing. Like none of us want it. We all want it.
It's just a shame because you had the time, you had the production. How can you fuck this up so bad?
You're disliking it the more and more we talk. Like you started off like I didn't hate it. I like it fucking sucks.
I didn't hate it, but it could have been so much better. Like it's good. It's good for people who watch.
Are you happy where Brienne ended?
No, but that's the thing. No. It's a good episode and it's a good season for shows like Vikings or anything that's like the regular TV. But
you hear that shit?
This is not Game of Thrones.
Bullshit show. They had one character. When they killed him off, they canceled the show. Fucking Vikings.
Yeah, I think no matter how big of a fan of the show you are, you can be in denial, but like you can't deny that they've dropped the ball writing it. No matter how much you want to defend the show, they've dropped the ball, and we all want to love the show. We've read the books. Some of us have tattoos. Like
One of us.
One of us.
I'm getting it removed. I'm kidding.
Like it's someone was like, what if you named your kid Daenerys? Like a lot of people have been giving their kids like
they called her
names.
Khaleesi. Some people called their kids
Yeah,
Khaleesi.
bad idea. Change your name, y'all.
It's like calling your kids Adolf.
Or Night King.
Okay.
Last episode.
Yeah, see you next week, guys.
We're gonna watch it live. So
We're gonna watch it in the morning. We're gonna try and have the review up as early as we can. Joe, we're counting on you to edit that thing all day.
Joe isn't excited.
you know who's a hero though, Joe.
Joe.
Love
He's
you.
an
He's
unsung hero.
had to rewatch.
Can
these-
we put
these
Joe's
reviews.
picture here? Comment.
I want Troy footage. Troy footage over this.
Bye.